Action on Hearing Loss is the charity that used to be the Royal National Institute for Deaf People, and we're the largest charity in the UK working with people who are deaf, have hearing loss or tinnitus. Our real focus is working towards improving devices, treatments and ultimately looking for a cure for hearing loss, but in the meantime we provide a whole range of services to make sure that people who are deaf are as well supported as possible, and then campaign and advocate to make sure that people have the same equality and life choices as anyone else in all areas of life. 6 of the UK population have got some degree of hearing loss. That's 10 million people, and that's a number that's set to rise just with demographics to 14.5 million people by 2031. Using the transport network, maybe unlike some other accessibility issues, people with hearing loss have the biggest issues with things which happen in real time on journeys. So maybe if a destination changes or there's some disruption, and it's about getting that real time information to people to make sure that they can adapt and adjust accordingly. Lots of verbal information, so often tannoy announcements, and even potentially staff members who are not picking up on the fact that somebody's got a hearing loss when they're talking to a carriage or to the bus or to the tube in real time. So it's really important to compensate for that and make the most of the technology that's available with things like visual displays, and think very hard about issues like staff training in relation to deaf awareness. 3 key things. So the first thing is to think about visual display information. That's very, very important to make sure that visual display information is accurate and accessible. The second thing is just to make use of the array of technology that's available. And there's a whole variety of kind of mainstream technologies which really help people who are deaf or have hearing loss. Things like text alerts or using web-based support in terms of travel information. And then the third area is always really about the people. So good staff training, staff members being sort of very deaf aware, thinking about that in very simple ways in the way that they communicate to people with hearing loss, making sure that they can be lip read, for example, trying to take that into account in terms of sharing information and making sure it's been understood. Encourage transport operators just to start from the perspective of how it feels from the person with hearing loss and just try and work that through. So again, just thinking about what technology is available, thinking about staff in relation to that and building that into their plans. And also just to encourage transport operators to talk to their customer base. As I said, 1 in 6 of the adult population have got some degree of hearing loss. Actually the demographics of that mean that people who are older are more likely to have hearing loss than not, and actually just building that into the way that the transport operator communicates with its customers.
Brilliant.
It was just a great opportunity to talk to transport operators about both the work of Action on Hearing Loss, but specifically about what they can do in order to think about accessibility. I mean, for us it's so important because actually transport is more than just providing a consumer service. It really is one of those fundamental things which helps people in their everyday lives, be it going to work, be it visiting friends and family. So for somebody who's deaf, has hearing loss or tinnitus, it's absolutely vital, really key part of living a full and normal life, to be able to have access to great information and to be able to travel safely and confidently, the same as anybody else in the population.